People who are sex offenders will get with you for the simple fact that you have children. Hi, my name is Dr. Natalie Jones, and I worked with sex offenders for a number of years. And this is basically a public service announcement to let parents know who have children. And if you are, out in the dating world, there are people who will get with you, who will marry you, who will tell you they love you and be quick to move in with you, not because they're interested in you, but because you have small or minor children that they are attracted to. As I've stated before on other posts, single parents are a target for those who are looking to get access to children, and nothing allows better access than pretending to be interested in the parent, and this goes for both male, female people who are sex offenders. They are looking for the weakest link, and they are looking to get easy access, uninterrupted access to children. And a lot of times, and I've said this before, if you ask a sex offender, what their target is, and a lot of them will go for either children who have most of them will go for children who have single parents, for the simple fact that they know that in most cases it's single mothers. They know that single mothers are stretched for time and or resources, and so because they have to work and try to care for their children, they're not going to be there to supervise as much, or they're also looking for a ready-made father connection in a lot of cases. And so you will be a target if you have small children. And I know one other thing that I want to clear up. Someone on one of my posts where I was talking about sex offenders was saying that someone could be a pedophile but not necessarily act on pedophilia. And I know that at one point in time there was this whole movement about minor attracted persons who are simply attracted to minors, right? Simply attracted to children, but would never act on their attraction. Realistically speaking, I think that's a crock of BS, and it's not a chance that I would ever advise someone to take. If someone is attracted to a minor but would never act on it, then come out and publicly say that. Would you leave your children with a person like that? Is that a risk you would want to take? Would you want someone to work in a daycare like that? And not only that, but realistically speaking, how many people that you know that have attractions, just normal, regular attractions to people that they don't act on, especially if they're single. If they're single and they don't act on their attractions. But a lot of times, even if they're married or if they're in a relationships that never, ever act on their attractions, just think about that from a realistic and a logical standpoint. And really consider that. So people need to be careful about that, and don't let the propaganda fool you. I have yet to meet someone who is attracted to children and minors in my field that I can personally stand confidently on and worked in. I've never yet met someone who has said, Dr. Jones, I'm attracted to children, but I've never acted on that, and I'm not going to. I've never once met someone or encountered someone like that. So just, really think about that. I think people can sit behind keyboards and say a lot of things, but in reality, I just don't think that that's true. So you guys be careful, use discernment. And this is why I get on here every day to educate people. It's not something that I necessarily want to go back and forth about, but I've actually worked with these people. I've actually seen the bad things that they've done and how bad it can get. And so, yeah, I know that there's some opinions about, you can have thoughts, sexual attraction to children, but never act on them, and blah, blah, blah. I don't think that's true. I think people say that, but I don't necessarily know that that's true in all my years of working and doing mental health. I've never actually encountered a person that says, I have these attractions, but I've never acted on them. Hope that helps.